What's going on YouTube? Today I'm trying COD for the first time and we're going to talk about Wild Now. So let's get into it. So as you guys have seen before, I've gotten halibut and I've gotten haddock. This time I decided to get myself some cod. Look at that. That's going to be a good one for the picture. Cod is one of the cheapest ones. At Heritage Fish and Chips they have a special from like 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. where it's like 10 bucks for cod and chips. So I'm not expecting it to be as good as the other two, but I'm expecting it to be pretty good. So before we get into it, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so that would be really great. Leave a comment down below everything you want me to try, anything we talk about. I'm down to do that. Let's get into it. So that's the first bite of the cod. I also got a bowl here to put the tartar sauce in instead of just like put it on the wrapper. So tartar sauce of the cod. You can definitely tell that it's not I want to say higher quality, but it's not as good as the haddock. It doesn't have as much flavor. It's just as crunchy, I guess, but the haddock and the halibut, you can just tell there's like a higher quality to it. Well, it's still good, right? Going in between lunchtime and getting this for 10 bucks is the obvious choice. It's super popular there too. I've been aware of this special for a long time. The special's been there for a long time, but I'm never able to go get it just because, one, I was never awake, and then when I am awake, like during work and stuff like that, I only have 30-minute lunch and it takes too much to order, go down there, come get it, and then like I have to eat it really quickly because 30 minutes isn't enough. It's not a good time. So anyway, it's not too bad. I personally would still opt into getting the halibut, or actually the haddock, sorry, instead of this, even if I have to spend a bit more money. Just because I like the taste more than the lower price. But yeah, this is pretty good. Stay tuned to the end to see my rating for it. But on that one, I want to talk about, oh, this is hot. It's also, I didn't bring my bag with me to go get the food. I forgot it here. And this thing is still so hot. That's what I like to see. But let's talk about Wild 'N Out, the show on MTV. I think it's still on MTV. But more specifically, a lady on that show, she was one of the Wild 'N Out girls. Her name is Miss Jacky O, and she was DC Youngfly's wife. So for those who don't know, Wild 'N Out's basically like this improv sketch, not sketch, but improv comedy show. They have a bunch of different games, and they battle rap at the end, and they like have guests on. They have a lot of guests. Like they had Kanye as a guest one time. They had Omarion as a guest one time. They had Tyga as a guest. They have so many guests, so I don't know, I kind of lost track. But the thing about it is Miss Jacky O is 32 years old, or was 32 years old, and she died, just randomly died out of nowhere. And the cause of death isn't released yet, but some people are speculating what it may be. So apparently she was doing something called a mommy makeover, which is like this surgery. I don't know exactly what that is. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot to Google it beforehand, but she's doing the surgery. And then she passed away. So a lot of people are speculating that maybe she died from doing the surgery, and the surgery is like a high-risk surgery. It's probably like a BBL and things like that. And it's super tragic that people, like, if that is the case, I'm not saying it is the case, I really hope it isn't the case, but if it isn't the case, it's definitely happened before. And the fact that people are willing to put their lives at risk to change just how they look because of insecurities is insane to me. However, I understand because for the longest time, I wanted to get a nose job because I feel like my nose is big. Right? So I understand when people want to do it, but the problem is these are high risk surgeries, especially BBLs and stuff. They're high risk surgeries, and it's like you're spending tens of thousands of dollars to do these surgeries, these cosmetic surgeries that a lot of people take out afterwards. They can go wrong. Imagine paying $20,000 and then it getting botched, or you passing away because of it. You spent $20,000 to essentially, you know, and it's not a good thing. I'll be honest with you, I blame social media. And I just blame people, like celebrity stuff in general, just popularizing it. It's the first time I seen this BBL nonsense. I'm sure it's been around for a while, but the first time I seen it was like Nicki Minaj and Kim Kardashian. The first time I seen it, and I'm like, this is not right. This is abnormal. This is actually crazy, but I understand. The thing about these cosmetic surgeries is getting like the BBL and like breast augmentation and things like that. They open up a lot of doors because I've seen people get BBLs and get these cosmetic surgeries, just become models and get sponsorships and do like social media and influence and things like that. And it works. It really works. Honestly, it does. And it's like, can you really knock people for getting into it when it actually works and helps you elevate your life? No, I don't blame you at all. This also tastes a bit more fishy. Like, a bit more fishy than the other two. It's sad, but I hope that if this is the cause as to why she passed, like doing cosmetic surgery, it opens up a lot of people's eyes to stop doing these things and just be comfortable with yourself, because these things are dangerous and they cost money, and a lot of times it's not worth it. So, I don't know. I really like Wild 'N Out though. That was actually one of my favorite shows growing up. I remember it used to come on MTV all the time. Less often than it does now. At least I don't even know if it's on MTV anymore, but it used to be on MTV. I remember when it first started with the OG cast. That's when like Cat Williams was on it, Afion Crockett, Mikey Day, I think his name is Spanky, Rossica. All these people were on it, and it was just jokes, and it was just so funny, and the guests were so good. I watched that show religiously for like a decade straight. I even went to the Wild 'N Out show when it came here. It came here and it was at like the Rogers Center or something. I actually don't remember where it was, but it was somewhere. And it was so good. It was so funny. The guest was YF and Lucci. I don't really listen to his music, but I mean, it was still a good show. People were going crazy. They got guests come up on stage, and the guests were going crazy too. Some girl said she likes her toes sucked, and then she tried like sitting on, I think, Hitman Holla's face or something like that. I don't remember. Someone was like standing under her while she was like twerking, and then she was gonna like sit down, and then they got up. They're like, whoa, such a good time. I miss that show. I really want to get back into it, but it's like I don't really have the time to anymore. This is the last bite, by the way. I remember one of my favorite episodes from the old one was when Swizz Beatz was on. That was a good one. And a lot of these episodes are like, maybe you can find them now, but a lot of them you weren't able to find back in the day. Like, the amount of times I tried finding the Omarion episode, I couldn't find it. Not at all. The episode of Bruce, hard to find as well. All in all, it's a really good show. And you know what? That show also helps out battle rappers so much, because I know once battle rappers get called to be on Wild 'N Out, they go. And so many of them went. Conceited, I think, was the first one. Then Hitman Holla, and then Charlie, and I think Arsenal was on it too. So, and then I forget this other guy's name, this white guy. I think he's from Toronto too. He's on as well. Oh no. Really good show. What happened to that girl is really sad as well. Last bite. So yeah, that was Heritage Fish and Chips again. I got myself some blue cod. It's pretty good. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10, because it is not as good as the other two, but it is still really good. But it's not good enough for me to be like, yeah, I'll get that instead of the haddock. I'd rather get the haddock. Haddock, I get more food and only costs like $4 more and it tastes better. So I'm gonna just get that. So yeah, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if anything we try, anything we talk about. I'm down to do that. And as always, check out the suggest videos inside. Those are always good. That always helps. And yeah, it's really sad what happened to her. So if you're ever gonna do any cosmetic surgery like that, always do your due diligence. You know, make sure the risk is worth it. I don't know if that's what actually happened to her, but you know, just going off of what I'm hearing from people, I'm just gonna assume that's what it is until I find out that it's not it, or that it is it. And yeah, Heritage Fish and Chips, 7.5 out of 10. Miss Jacky O, R.I.P. Wild 'N Out, show slaps. First review. Peace.